So, as you all know, listen to your body. Only do what's comfortable for you. If we come into a shape that doesn't feel right, then please come out of it. Find any kind of resting shape on the earth and then join us again whenever you're ready. Also, remember the two most important things you do during class are show up, which you've already done, and breathe is number two. Okay. All right, let's start lying down. Any comfortable shape for you on the earth. Also, if you don't hear me, let me know. So this week is air. The qualities of air are that of wind, movement, mobility, flowing, lightness, clear, dry, and expansion. So we're going to do something called a Kumbhaka Breath. And basically, there is going to be a pause in the breath for about 4 seconds, if that's comfortable for you. So this breath is like a container or representative of the womb and its generative powers. It is the practice of breath retention and is said to help store and conserve energy. As you practice, perhaps you envision energy entering into your body and filling your body container. The hold on the inhale builds heat and energy around the chest and the solar plexus. Excuse me. And a hold on the exhale brings energy and vibration to the area below the navel and the pelvic floor and is said to have a detoxifying effect. So to begin, take a few long, slow breaths. And imagine that you are saturating your lungs with beautiful, life-sustaining energy. Envision your lungs as three-dimensional. When you inhale, fill them from the bottom to the top and from the center outwards to the sides. And at the top of your next inhale, pause the breath for a few counts, whatever feels good for you. And then when you are ready, let your breath out in a long stream through the nose. When you inhale, take the breath to the point between the eyes. During the hold, fill the spot with light and let it spread out from your eyebrow center. See it flood behind the eyes and fill your entire skull. And long, slow exhale. Be intentional with your breath. Direct it where it needs to go in your body. You can continue to work with the eyebrow center as your focus. But if there's another part of you that needs more love, more attention, take your breath there on the retention. Each inhale brings in new life force and creativity, and each exhale washes away the blocks in the way of your vision. The wind carries with it the power of creation in the floating seeds and the breath of new life. How can you harness this element into your life? How do you want to step into the flow of what the wind is calling you to do? What would you like to breathe into creation? Let's find one more round of breath here. And then returning to your natural rhythm of breath. But perhaps as we move through our class, you continue to send your breath, that energy, wherever it needs to go. So let's make some small movements here in fingers and toes. Rolling around wrists and ankles. All right, we're gonna begin with some seed movements. So hugging both knees in towards the chest. And then find movement here that feels good. It could be circles in the hips, maybe in the ankles. Maybe you move around on the back, whatever feels right for you. Bringing the knees back to center. We're going to keep the whole of the knees for a few rounds of, or a few different movements here. Also know if the knees are not accessible, you can always place the hands behind the thighs instead. So from here, imagine that you're able to lengthen your spine on the floor, send the head away, crown of the head away. And on your inhale, allow your knees to move away from you, creating space for your breath. And on your exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Inhale to move the knees away, extend the spine long. And exhale to hug. So a few more times here with your own breath. So let's find one more. Okay, and then a wind relief pose on the right side, hugging the right knee in, activating the right foot. We'll extend the left leg long. And then again, finding movement here in the hip, maybe in the ankle, rather than just hugging it in, allowing that the blood to flow through. All right, and then let's make our way to the other side, hugging the left knee in, extending the right leg long. If that feels good, maybe the foot comes to the earth instead. And finding movements on the left side. Left foot is active. Hugging both knees in towards your chest one more time. And then perhaps you tuck your chin in towards your chest. Feel a bit of a stretch here along the neck, only if it feels good for you. If not, keeping the head down. And exhale to release. since we're here, we'll find a twist more for the legs and for the back, a little bit for the back. Feet come wide on the mat, and we'll allow the knees to drop over towards the right side. Slowly moving our way up our spine here throughout our practice for twist. And again, where do you need to send your breath? Using your breath, using air to move energy. We have something in yoga that we call vayus, and our vayus are like the winds that move within our body. And we have the winds that move in all different directions, and they all do different things in our body. So let's do one more round of breath on this side. And then allowing the knees to drop over towards the other side. So Vayu represents all movement in the body, from the beating heart to the workings of the digestive system, to your coursing blood, to the articulation of bones and joints. Vayu feeds and circulates energy freely while overseeing our nervous system. Too much air in the body can create an overexcited temperament and hypermobility, whereas too little is displayed as an overly sluggishness in the circulatory system. Oh dear. All right, let's bring the knees back to center. And then we're going to roll over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. Gently making your way up to seated. So some more circle movements here. We're going to make circles in the upper body. Find what feels good for you. Maybe you experiment a little bit here, changing how you normally make these circles. And let's move in the opposite direction if you haven't already. All right, some seated cat-cow. So hands to knees or thighs, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Heart reaches up towards the sky. Just moving here with your own breath at your own pace. Our thoughts, ideas, emotions, and creativity are carried on the currents of the air element. Air is related to skin, hands, and touch. Like a breath of air that knows no boundaries, we are able to touch others with love. And we are open to receiving it when this element is in balance. Air is spontaneous force behind our life and dwindles as we look toward our later years. Without her energy, there is no life. Back to center. Okay, so from here, let's make our way into table. Wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. All right. And then making your way into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, maybe the arms come long, melting the heart down towards the earth. Connecting to your breath. Each inhale bringing in life force and creativity. Each exhale washes away the blocks in the way of your vision. All right, let's make our way into tabletop. Curling your toes under, coming back into downward facing dog. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Releasing any tension you feel in the neck. Taking as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Perhaps you pedal out your feet. So we're going to do some movement here, and we're going to take it nice and slow. I'll even count it out for you. We're going to move between downward dog and plank pose. However, if plank pose does not feel comfortable for you, you can always come into table instead. Part of this is taking our time as we move through. So let's make our way into a plank pose. We'll move for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Shift forward, plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Shifting your weight into table. And then we're going to make our way into puppy or heart melting pose. So hips stay over top of the knees, walking the arms out long. Perhaps the forehead comes to the earth, maybe it doesn't. Melting the heart down towards the earth. Take a few more rounds of breath here. And making your way back into your tabletop pose. Curling your toes under, downward facing dog. Making your way towards the front of your mat into a forward fold, feet are hip distance apart. From your forward fold, releasing any tension you feel in the neck. And then what feels good for you in your arms? Maybe they dangle, maybe you grab a hold of opposite elbows, maybe you clasp your hands and reach the hands up towards the sky. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Perhaps you sway. Stay with your breath. All right, let's release the hands towards the earth if they're up, towards the sky. Halfway lift, hands come to shins or thighs, flat back. Crown of the head reaches forward, shoulders roll back and down the spine. And on your next inhale, hands to hips, come on up with a flat back. All right. Mountain pose at the top of your mat. And we're going to do some half sun salutations following the breath. And again, it'll be slow. So in our mountain pose, Squeezing the inner thighs. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Crown of the head reaches high. On your inhale, reaching up towards the sky, extended mountain. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. On your exhale, with a flat back, swan diving down into forward fold. So we'll move slower after our first one. On your inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs, flat back. And exhale to fold. On your inhale, reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Okay. Inhale, extended mountain for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, forward fold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, halfway lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, forward fold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reverse swan dive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hands heart center. Take your time for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reaching up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I had to count a little faster. Exhale, forward fold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, halfway lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reverse swan dive for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hands to heart center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perhaps taking a moment here to close your eyes. Feel your breath in your body. Feel yourself slow down just a little bit. Feel the mind settle. The body is slower. We're still going to move slow. We're going to add some more things in. Inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Take your time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale into your chair, sending the hips back. Heart reaches forward. Arms are up towards the sky. Soften the shoulders back and down the spine. On your exhale, forward fold. We're going to take a big step back here with the left foot coming into warrior 2. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot. Squaring the hips along the side of the mat. All right, we're going to find some movement here. So it can be right into reverse warrior and side angle, or you can find a variation. I'll walk you through. So on your inhale, take your time coming into reverse warrior. Back hand comes down, front palm turns up, but maybe you send that back hand forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Maybe the right forearm comes down to the thigh. Maybe you extend the right arm back behind you instead. Inhale to warrior 2. Exhale to reverse. So moving with your own breath, take your time. Maybe you count out your breath. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever feels comfortable for you. Nice and slow. All right, making your way back into your warrior two pose. And then we're going to turn our feet so both feet come parallel to the short edges of the mat. Hands come to the hips. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to hinge forward from the hips. Hands come wherever is comfortable for you. All right, so we will find a twist here. If you have a block nearby and you wish to use the block to bring the earth up closer to you, maybe you find the block. You're in a place, you're going to come into, a halfway lift. So flat back, right hand comes underneath the face, and then extending the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly bringing the left hand down. We're switching over to the other side, left hand underneath the face. Right arm slowly reaches up towards the sky. Right hand comes down towards the earth. Bringing your hands to your hips, lengthen the spine, and then come on up with a flat back. All right, we're gonna turning ourselves towards the front of the mat into a warrior two. And then windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Stepping back into your variation of a plank pose. Shifting your weight forward, drop the knees, tuck the elbows, and lower. On your inhale, coming into a baby cobra, shoulders roll back and down the spine, tuck the elbows, tops of the feet to the earth. Let's find a couple rounds of breath here. Exhale to lower. Making your way into a tabletop and then into downward facing dog. Making your way towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. Slowly exhale, hands to heart center. All right, another side. On your inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale back into your chair. Softening the shoulders. Sending the shins back. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to take a big step back with the right foot, this time coming into warrior two. All right, making sure your front knee's over the ankle, in line with the second or third toe. And then same thing as before, we're going to flow. So inhale in our warrior two, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale to warrior two, exhale, side angle. Just moving at your own pace. Take your time. Flow like air. All right. Now coming back to our warrior two. This time we're just going to windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back into your plank pose. Drop the knees lower to the earth. Finding baby cobra once again. So maybe you stay in your baby cobra, or maybe you find a variation here where we bring the hands out to the sides, making 90-degree angles with our arms. Fingertips are, hands are tented on the earth. We look down at the earth, we lift the heart, tops of the feet continue pushing down. And then maybe you find some twisting movements here. So looking over the right shoulder as the left shoulder comes down towards the earth. Inhaling to center and exhaling over to the other side. We're going to move back and forth if it feels good for you. Coming back to center. Exhale to lower. Making your way into your tabletop pose. We're going to send the right foot forward between the hands. All right, so hand down twist. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you curl the toes of the back foot under. Keep the right foot active, curl back those toes. Maybe you stay here, or perhaps you send the right hand back behind you. You could even attempt to pick the left foot up off the earth and reach for the left foot. Keep the foot active. Lots of options here, whatever feels right in your body. Right foot is active still. Guess both feet are. Exhale to lower. We're going to make our way back into our tabletop pose. Curling your toes under, coming back into downward facing dog. Gently making your way back into your tabletop. Then we have another side. Left foot steps forward between the hands. And just go as far as it feels good. So it could just be hand down twists, right hand under the shoulder, left hand reaches up towards the sky. Maybe you curl the right toes under. Maybe you send the left hand back behind you. Maybe you pick up the right foot. Might even reach for the foot. One more round of breath. And then gently releasing here. Coming into table. Into child's pose. As you inhale, taking your breath to whatever part of you needs it. Maybe it's that point between your eyes again. Maybe it's somewhere else. Fill that spot with light and let it spread. Long, slow exhales. And be intentional with your breath. Direct it where it needs to go in your body. All right, making your way back to tabletop. Downward dog. Walking your feet up towards your hands, forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a balance. So if you need a wall, feel free to find a wall. Our balance today is dancer. So with all of our balances, we start in our mountain pose, squeezing the inner thighs. Shoulders roll back and down the spine, crown of the head reaches high. My mouth is trying to combine a bunch of words. All right, we will start here by shifting our weight into our left foot. Picking up the right foot, send the knee forward, activate the right foot, and then send that foot back behind you. Maybe you grab a hold of the foot. So it could be on the shoelace area, or if you can, the inner arch of that foot. Find your mountain leg, squeeze the inner thighs, send the right knee down towards the earth. With an active right foot, maybe the left hand comes forward. Maybe you push the shoelace area into your right hand, and perhaps you start to lift the foot up towards the sky. Right knee still points down towards the earth. Find a place to focus on that isn't moving. See if you can square your shoulders towards the front of the mat. One more round of breath. And slowly releasing, coming back to mountain. And then maybe you shake out your legs. Other side. Mountain pose. Shifting your weight into the right foot. Left knee comes forward. Activate the left foot. Send the left foot back behind you. Finding the foot with the left hand. Keep the left foot active. Maybe the right arm reaches forward, rolling the shoulder back and down the spine. Perhaps kicking the foot into the hand, maybe even kicking the foot up towards the sky. Left knee points down. Find your mountain leg, squeeze the inner thighs. See if you can square your shoulders towards the front of your mat. It may never happen, it doesn't matter. It's just the focus, right? All right, one more round of breath. And then release. Shaking out the legs, shaking out the arms if you need to. We're going to make our way down towards the earth, our nice graceful way, coming to seated. Oh, and there's a dog. Okay, let's find a seated twist today. So we'll start with both legs out in front, finding your sits bones sitting up nice and tall. Hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Maybe the right foot stays here. Maybe you cross it over towards the left side. If both hips and all four corners of the right foot can stay on the earth, and if it's comfortable, maybe you tuck the left leg under. It might be a little easier today after doing dancer, maybe not. And we're going to turn towards that front knee. So left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. We're doing this in 4 parts. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turning to the right from the waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning from the low rib cage. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning the shoulders. Make any adjustments you wish here with your arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning the head. With every inhale, lengthening. With every exhale, maybe you imagine you're turning a little bit further. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to center. We're going to keep the legs the way they are. And we're just going to turn the opposite direction. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, turn. Just as far as it feels good here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to center. Gently releasing the legs. Maybe you give them a shake. And then we're going to make our way over to the other side, hugging the left knee in. Maybe it crosses over the right leg. Maybe the right leg tucks under. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning from the waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning from the low rib cage. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, turning the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, turning the head. Inhale, draw in the energy. Where does it need to go? Maybe you find a hold and allow light or love to spread throughout that spot. And exhale to release anything standing in your way. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to come back to center. All right, opposite twist. Left hand to the front knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to turn. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, come back to center. Release the legs, give them a shake. All right, and then we're going to come down onto our backs. We're going to come into a figure 4 twist, However, if there's another twist in your body that is really calling for you or that you prefer, please find that one instead. So in our figure 4 twist, we will cross the left ankle over the right thigh, activating the left foot. Bring the arms out towards the side, palms face up towards the sky, and then allowing the legs to drop over towards the right side. This is where we can find variations if we wish. Maybe we stay here. Maybe activating the left foot, we reach down for the left foot and pull it in a little bit closer towards the hips or towards the waist. You may even, if it's in your body, kind of heel toe the right foot closer to the sits bones and then grab a hold of the right foot with the left hand. Notice where you're holding tension, maybe in the jaw, around the eyes, the shoulders, the hips, and soften. Release with your exhale. Let's find one more round of breath. Releasing the legs, allowing them to come back to center. We're going to uncross the legs and reposition the back flat on the earth. And then the other side, right ankle crosses over the left thigh, allowing the legs to drop over towards the left side, keeping the right foot active. And again, find the variation here that feels right for you in your body. Exhale to soften. As ether starts to take visible form in the world, she appears as air. Her movement seeps and intensifies into our bodies through our breath and twirls within our energetic pathways. She is carried in the tumbling leaves and the bustling clouds. Her breath is the voice of our soul. Once this side feels complete for you, allowing the legs to come back to center, uncrossing the legs, and then finding any final shape that feels right for you. Perhaps you return to that Kumbhaka breath, inhaling in energy and holding, feeling the energy spread. Exhale to let go. What part of your body needs your breath, needs more love and more attention? Take your breath there. Gently bringing your awareness back, coming back to your natural rhythm of breath. Making some small movements in your body. Perhaps taking a moment here to find gratitude. Thanking yourself for taking this time to take care of your body, your mind, and your heart. In your own time, rolling over to one side. And then gently making your way up to seated. Once you make it there, lowering or closing your eyes. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. That light is a place of peace, love, kindness, and compassion. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day.